This is how you potentially get a 100% VA disability rating for chronic pain. Now, I'm going to break this down in detail, so stay tuned. First and foremost, pain is not actually a rateable disability for VA purposes. Okay, so let me explain what I mean by that. You can't log into your va.gov account or work with your VSO and open up a new claim and say, I have a condition for pain, right? You can't say pain, file a claim for it. I want a 50% rating because I suffer from daily pain. You're not going to find a separate diagnostic code in the law for pain. There's a couple ways you can attack it if you have daily chronic pain or pain upon movement. Okay, so I'm going to share two things. Hang with me. This is a really short video. Number one, how do you get a VA disability rating for pain if there's no separate diagnostic code for it under the law? There's something called the painful motion principle that applies to musculoskeletal disability conditions. So let me give you an example. At the very minimum, using something in the law called the painful motion principle, regardless of the severity of your symptoms, regardless of the limitation of motion you have as measured by a goniometer, if you have any pain upon flexion or extension, or if you can't move to a certain position that the C&P examiner asks you to move to, by law, you are required to be awarded the minimum compensable rating for that particular condition, which is 10%. So let's say you've got a shoulder problem, you've had shoulder surgery, you got shoulder issues, you've got severe pain, limitation of range of motion, you file a claim for it, you've got medical evidence, you go to the C&P exam, you can't lift it above a certain height, they measure it with a goniometer, and they make their notes. Even if you don't meet a higher level rating based upon your limitation of motion or severity of symptoms, the VA rater must give you at least a 10% rating for that shoulder if you have pain. So the tip is, at your compensation and pension exam, this is so critical. Any compensation and pension exam for musculoskeletal conditions, make the examiner stop as soon as you feel any discomfort. That's how pain is actually rated under the schedule. How do you get up to a 100% VA disability rating for chronic pain? It used to be called chronic pain syndrome with depression and anxiety, which is a mental health claim. Now, when the VA updated to DSM-5, it's a psychology handbook. It's the Diagnostic Statistical Manual for Mental Health Conditions, version 5. That is now what the VA uses under the law. Chronic pain syndrome was removed, and what was placed there is something called somatoform disorders, specifically something called somatic symptom disorder. What that means is you're suffering from such severe daily chronic pain that you're thinking about it all the time, and this intense focus on your daily pain has actually led you to be depressed and anxious. It's a mental health condition. It's a mental health claim. So you could file either a direct service connection claim for somatic symptom disorder, which is a mental health condition. You could potentially also file that as a secondary claim to a physical condition you already have service connected. The chronic pain from that condition has led to the development of somatic symptom disorder. You are eligible for a mental health rating for that condition, and it can be rated up to 100%. How do I know that? Because I've actually seen it. I've seen veterans get a 70% rating and a 100% rating for somatoform disorders secondary to service-connected physical conditions. Now, how do you do that? Well, you got to have a diagnosis. So I recommend you either are in treatment or therapy now, You go see your doctor, tell them what's going on. You got to get a diagnosis first. The other thing you can do is get an independent psychological evaluation, and you'll potentially walk away with a diagnosis, nexus for service connection, and documentation of the severity of your symptoms. Again, those are the three things that you need to be eligible for VA disability benefits under the law. Now, if you need help, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you've got a chronic pain claim and you don't know how to service connect it, maybe you've had a claim denied before and you don't know what's next. Maybe you're sitting there going, you know what, Brian? I deserve increases, and I also think I'm eligible for some secondary claims based upon my conditions, but I don't know how to do it. Or maybe you've looked into disability benefits before, but you're so busy, you got a lot going on, you just haven't gotten around to it, and you know you need to. Fellow vets, we exist for you. I founded VA Claims Insider by veterans, for veterans, because I understand the struggle. I went through it myself. I fought the VA for almost 7 years. I lost $100,000 minimum of tax-free compensation and benefits that I should have had for my family. And those benefits are gone, so I'll never get them back. And it was then that I set out on this mission to say, what the heck? Why is this so hard? This shouldn't be this difficult. I ain't the brightest bulb on the porch, but I'm not stupid either. And why is this so difficult for me to figure out? I can't imagine what it's like for my fellow brothers and sisters. That is why we exist. You've exhausted your free services. You're looking for expertise and help to get the VA rating and compensation you deserve. That's us. If any of that resonates with you, we're here for you. You can start right now and get connected to an expert level coach in 15 minutes or less. I would challenge that service level with anybody, anywhere. And our coaches, not only are they trained in my process, the SEM method, which stands for strategy plus education plus medical evidence equals the VA rating you deserve faster. You're going to get all of that and more because you get a brother or sister who's in the trenches with you fighting the good fight. And we ain't ever going to let you quit. We're never going to let you fail. And remember this, there is always another option. Don't let the VA win. Okay, they win if you quit. Don't ever give up. Fellow vets, I love you. Thank you for serving our country. Thank you for the sacrifices that you made. I salute you. I can't wait to help you change your life. We'll talk really soon.